Ryan Jarrell here for MMA News, and my next guest will be battling for the vacant heavyweight title at CES 77 May the 3rd when he takes on Kevin Sears. And of course, it is the Mad Titan himself, Yorgan De Castro, on the show. Yorgan, how you doing?
How you doing, my man? Nice to have me, man. It's always a pleasure to talk with you.
Yes, sir. Always good to talk to you. You're looking sharp. This is going to be a fantastic event. Obviously, it's the main event. You're fighting for the title. What was your level of excitement when you first got the call? You knew you're going to be fighting for such a prestigious, title here regionally.
Yeah, man, I'm very excited. So I was supposed to fight for CES on February 23rd. Unfortunately, my opponent wasn't medical fit, and the fight ended up like fall off in the fight day. After I brought some crazy crowd over there, so it was packed. All house was for me. So and CES ended up saying, "Hey, we're gonna book you for heavyweight title in May. What do you think about it?" I say, I don't really care. I just want to fight. Uh, and I got very excited. I think I owe my fans a local fight. Like I tell people, I'm always one fight away for the big show. But I think I want my people. I want CES. I want my fans a great show on May 3rd. So I'm very excited. I'm putting everything in, and this is line up perfect because I was already in camp, and just I didn't take enough foot off the gas. I'm keep going. I'm sharp. I'm 6 weeks out, but I'm already on way. I'm ready to go, man.
You say you're already on weight. Obviously, the heavyweight limit is 265. So is that what you are? 265 on the dot?
Yeah, man, 265.
What will you be come fight night?
I want to drop, man. 255, 250. The kid is actually the kid actually have good cardio. I mean, we're watching his fights. Don't judge the book by the cover. He may doesn't look like, but he got a good cardio. He's been there with a lot of good guys. I think he's hard to finish, special striker. I never see him get knocked out. I finished submission something, but I don't plan to bring the fight to the ground. So I want to strike with him. I want to strike a battle. So I have to be able to be light on my feet, move, throw those punches, get excited. I want to get excited and fight on May 3rd.
Well, you've had a lot of success for CES. You're 4-0 inside of the CES cage as a professional mixed martial artist. You're 2-0 grappling. What is it about this promotion that just kind of brings out such a good version of yourself?
I think it's the local. To be honest with you, I tell people all the time. I got unfortunately when I was in UFC, so I fought in front of 57,000 people in Australia. The energy was crazy. I won by knockout. But since there, I fought 3 times with no public, with no crowd. It was COVID hit. I went to Abu Dhabi, then I did 2 fights in Apex, no crowd, no energy, no nothing. In CES is always my people, my fans, my friends, my family. I feed off their energy, so I think that's great, and that's what I like, man. I like CS. Of course, my goal is never stay local all the time. There's nothing wrong with local fighters, but I always try to be global, try to chase and do bigger things. So, but I honestly really like fight local.
Yeah, and as you know, we've talked a little bit before we started the interview here. I'll be attending in person. This will be my first time at a CES event. I'll be there with our mutual friend, Nick Gully, the Guardian, former NAF amateur heavyweight champion, a guy that you know very, very well. He told me, Jorgen, that you have a lot of family coming over that are going to be there for this event. So what is that going to look like? How many tickets do you think you're going to sell come fight night?
So last time I easily sold 150 tickets. So this time I already asked for extra 50, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need more. So I'm gonna sell at least 200. All wing is mine. I already sold 20 something VIP tickets. So you guys already four of them. So it's gonna be all front row is mine. I got people traveling from Portugal coming in. I have people coming from Cape Verde. All four of you are gonna be here. So I have it's a heavy community of Portuguese and Cape Verdean people. Brockton, Providence, everywhere. And of course my friends from my American friends. I have good connection everywhere I go, and this is gonna be like I honest do. I love this. This is like I fought all over the place, but the local show is different. The local right here in my backyard, it give me the extra fire to keep going.
But that doesn't add extra pressure. I ask fighters this a lot when you're fighting in front of like a bunch of family and friends and people that you love. That doesn't add extra pressure for you.
Of course, yeah, man. People is nervous. People talk with you in the day. People want to make sure this is that. And the last time I fought for CES actual local, It was all event built around me. I sold many tickets. It was all everybody was me, and I ended up gassing out. I ended up winning the round, but it was the adrenaline and all that stuff. It was crazy. This time I want to try to remain calm, pick my shot, and show all my skills all around. But I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that too, because I wanted to ask you that, and I got to ask you the tough questions too, right? So I remember watching that fight. When you say you gassed out, I watched it on UFC Fight Pass. I was talking to Nick a little bit after the fight, and I was just saying, Yorgan, he didn't look his best in there. Were you just not in the shape that you needed to be in for that fight?
No, I was actually in the best shape. It was 260. I was doing sprints all time, all the way up to that. I did good. I eat good. And my strength and conditioning coach told me it doesn't matter how good of a shape I are. I blow all my load in the first round. I was trying to finish him in the first round. So when you blow all your load in 5 minutes, you don't have the recovery time. 1 minute wasn't enough for me to recover. My legs was jelly. My heart was like I wasn't doing. I was total out of that fight, to be honest with you. But it was the adrenaline of all those people screaming, or everybody like expecting me to finish the fight in the first round. So right now I'm working on it, and my coach said it doesn't matter how great of a shape you can get me. If I'm gonna go there and fight like an amateur and try to finish the fight in 20 seconds, it's not gonna work. So I have to know how to control myself, be more professional, pick my shots, and go for the kill when it's there.
Yeah, pace yourself, right? Like,
Pace
don't
myself. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. I want to ask too, Jorgen. Obviously, you've had some very high level fights. Your last three MMA fights, two in the PFL. You also fought some guy named Junior Dos Santos. I don't know if people know who he is, but that was you got the win there. Let me just start with the JDS fight. There's a shoulder injury that happened. Well, how would you just assess your performance in that fight? What would you kind of look back at and say, okay, I could have done this better or that better, or just overall, how happy were you with your performance?
Yeah, I was. I mean, I never in a million year when I started this in 2017. I would never imagine being the same cage as Junior Dos Santos. So when I got the name of Junior Dos Santos, I say yes with the 30 second, and I didn't even like how much money I'm gonna make. I didn't ask for nothing. I don't know. I just say yes, and immediately like book a flight to New Mexico, and I was training with Jon Jones for this fight. I was in shape. I was ready, but also I didn't follow all the game plan that they give it to me. So John wanted me to shoot right away, just to mix it up a little bit, some takedowns, give Junior like some different things to do. I shoot wrestling a little bit, but also when you get there with the guy, he's actually way better than I thought. He's already a world champion. He was faster. He feints a lot. He kick harder. Everything was different. I said, what I'm doing here? Like it was crazy. He kicked me so many times, but in my head I say, I mean, if I'm gonna lose by Junior Dos Santos, lose by decision, I would never quit in myself. But I also didn't think he was clean for this fight. I mean, I don't want to judge by that, but I'm pretty sure he was on something. And you know, I think I did good. I stayed myself. If I didn't really like the only thing I would take back probably wouldn't like be like uh all excited after he got injured, but it wasn't about the injury, it was about everything I went through the camp to get there. So other than that, it was good for me. It was a good fight.
What makes you think he was on something in that fight?
I saw his last fight. I'm a MMA fan too. I'm not just a fighter. So I saw his last four fights for UFC. I saw his physique. I saw how he look. Then I faced off with him in the fight day. I saw him with a 40 years old man with 8 packs with a trap and everything up. And also when you're on something, your joint dry. And the injury was cause of what he was on.
Okay.
Pretty sure. If they test him and he knows that, I think he'll never come up and say he's not on. And it is what it is. But I don't think that will give you the edge in the fights. Anyways, I believe fight is about skills. Because if it was about steroids, all the bodybuilding, it would be a UFC champs.
Mm, yeah, oh, that's true.
But yeah, but I'm saying just you gotta take responsibility for what happened in your life. So if you're on some, you get injured because you are on something. But he's pretty class act guy, so I have nothing bad to say about him.
But he also just seems like a really good human being. Did you have a chance to talk to him much after the fight and have any good dialogue with him?
Yeah, I talked with him before. We talked a lot. We were in the same hotel. We took a picture. We introduced each other to the family. He was a great human being. After we didn't talk so much, I left. Then he went up straight to the hospital. But I talked with my manager. We have the same manager, and my manager say he's all good. We good, and It was unfortunate situation, but he's a legend, class act guy, and I'm always his fan, so I'm always going to be supporting the guy. So it was to me it was an honor and a pleasure to share the cage with him.
Yeah, I can only imagine. As far as the two PFL fights, obviously you had that quick one where you got caught by Denise, and then you had the UD loss to Danilo Marquez. Any really big takeaways from? I mean, there's not really much you can say about the Denise fight, right? You got caught, and it is what it is. But the Marquez fight, in particular, with that one, is there some big takeaways that you can move forward with, knowing that I can do this or that better.
Yeah, so I took the fight. I was supposed to fight Ante Delija. Then four weeks before they say I was supposed to fight Dennis Gossoff. Then 2 days they give me Danilo. I didn't have really time to watch him. We only thought he was a high level jiu-jitsu guy, and I could not close the distance. So we are trying to avoid as much as I can the clinch and the wrestling. So I end up staying too long outside the range, just hold it. I end up didn't do nothing. I thought I lose the fight. It is what it is. It was a close fight, but if you don't do, there's a PFL is like kill or be killed.
Hmm.
I should be. If you're gonna lose, you're gonna lose like a knockout. Like last one, I walk in like kill or be killed. I knew what I have to either finish the guy or got finished, so I lost. But it was I have no regret. That's what you're supposed to fight. And I think the first fight I should do the same thing. I should have go forward, move forward, pressure the issue, engage, and I probably would have had it done. But Danilo too, another great guy. We end up become really great friends. But I think there was all fall was on me.
Mm. Well, if anything, it's some good learning lessons to make you a better fighter here moving forward. You're 36 years old now, Jorgen. So what's the plans? What's the goals moving forward? I mean, obviously, if you win this CES title, I have to imagine you want to fight on the biggest stage possible. So what would you like to do moving forward? PFL, Bellator? You want to get back in the UFC? Like where's your head at as far as goals go?
I'm 100% sure I'm going back to UFC. I know this is crazy. People may think, oh, this guy is crazy. It's hard to get back there. But I know there's not being a cocky. You know, I'm a humble guy. I don't think there's any local heavyweight who can fight me. I think I'm better than all of them. So I'm going to go there, win, make it impressive. And I have Mick Man at phone. So I'm going to text him. I'm going to call him. I'm going to bust his balls. I'm going to tell him that I'm a fighter. I fight anytime, anywhere. And I'm always on way. I'm not on steroids. I'm an easy go guy who never say no to a fight, and he knows he gonna. And I'm the biggest draw in New England right now. If you ever come to Boston, you need me in the car. So I'm gonna make it very impressive on May 3rd, and I'm going back to the UFC. That's
I
my
love
goal.
I love it, man. I sure hope that happens for you. Tell me a little bit about, this particular camp. Obviously, May 3rd is still a little ways away, but who have you had around you to kind of mimic Kevin Sears to get you ready for this title fight?
Yeah. So Kevin is not really your typical heavyweight. For the first time I'm gonna fight someone shorter than me. So he's short, bulky. Uh, they say he's a wrestling, but I don't think he's that great of a wrestling. I do think he's very persistent and he's tough, hard to get finished. But other than that, I don't see like I think I'm better than him everywhere. Better in the ground, better in wrestling, better in the striker. Definitely, he do look like he have a heavy hands and he just don't care. He come to fight, and I know he gonna come ready to fight. And he can also make the fight boring because he likes to put people in the cage, holding all those other stuff. Uh, but I think I'm gonna be able to pick him apart, do whatever I want, and showcase my skill all the way around. So for this camp, we focus. I'm stay 100% in my gym. We're doing like a striking 3 times a week. So we're wrestling a lot. I'm bringing a lot of high school kids wrestling, big kids built like him, wrestling, hold them down. They get him holding me in the cage. I'm going back to basic, do my basic stuff, and I'm just gonna keep it like a close camp for this one.
So a lot of your training partners are just your regional guys, the guys that are right here in New England. You don't have Jon Jones up in your area training with you for this camp.
No, no, this camp we stay local after next week. So I've been doing a lot of wrestling grappling, but start next week I'll go back to Hard Knocks, what I train with Ross Levine, Steve Walker, get a little of that strike and the high level strike, and mix it up with the wrestling in my gym. That's it.
Very cool. And as far as Jon Jones goes, what's that relationship like? Is that someone that you're gonna be around from time to time, getting some training within in the future?
Anytime, dude. I talked with him like a week ago. They me send a package. One of my great friends who Hector Lombard sent me a package of some wraps and some gloves, but he sent it to New Mexico to Jon Jones' house. So I had to call him to resend it to me. So he called, pick up the phone with 2 seconds, and he said he'll do it. So he told me anytime, anything I need to just reach out. Just a good human being. Like unfortunately, not everybody got the side of him like I got. But this is I'm aware that this is he giving me this.
Oh
He gave
wow.
me this. So you know what I mean? Like so it's just a good I got he's just a good human and I wish and he do say that he have a lot to show in mixed martial art. He wish people know that he can share a lot of knowledge and he wanna be around. And I'm lucky, I'm gonna be one of the guys that's gonna be around him.
Let me ask you this question here and try your best to answer me as objectively as you can. So it seems like he wants the Stipe fight next, right? I personally don't think that that makes sense just because Stipe's older now. He's not in his prime. I'd rather see him fight Tom Aspinall or Francis Ngannou if that could ever come to fruition. Who do you think between those two guys, Tom and Francis, who would be the harder matchup for him?
uh I think he should fight Francis, not just because of I think Francis is hard, but I think Thomas Spinelli, okay, he's young guy, well rounded, big dude. I mean, I love Thomas Spinelli, but who Thomas Spinelli beat? I mean, we're gonna see that. We're gonna give Jon Jones his respect too. You know what I mean? He's looking to fight Stipe or Francis because of the name. This is probably gonna be his last fight. By him beating Thomas Spinelli, what the fatter gonna be on his cap? I mean, it is what it is. If he beats Stipe, Stipe one of the best to ever do it. Francis Ngannou is the scary man walking in life. That makes sense. He told me personally he would love to fight Francis. That's thing that will get him off the bed. That will give him exciting. But I know too he respect Tom Aspinall. But Tom Aspinall is young. We gotta fighters go to moments in life. John is this now he get to choose what he gonna do with he's in the end of his career. So I honestly don't think he should fight Tom Aspinall. I mean it is what it is. For the fan, maybe people want to see him fight Tom, but by him beat Tom, what people gonna say?
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know, man. It's just like Thomas Pinal maybe beat the Russia guy, but who he beats?
No, I hear what you're saying. I definitely hear what you're saying. And he's on the come up though. He's going to be getting all those tough matchups now. So we'll see what he does with these next couple of fights. If he gets more wins, then people will probably be looking at him in an even better light. But I mean, John has been around for so long now that he's close to the end. I'd have to say, but I hope we get to see one or two more big fights out of him. That
And
would be
remember,
my
people
hope.
forget about that. He's been there for 15 years, like three generational fight. He already beat all of them. He beat from the Machida and Jackson, Rashad Evans to right to Thiago Silva, Dominic Reyes, and so is that three
Yeah.
generation fights. His fight 38. The man paid his due. I think we should give him his respect.
For sure. Yeah, there's no doubt. One of the all-time goats. There's no doubt about it, my man. Well, I had to
Right?
ask you a little bit about that because I know the fans would love to hear any inside info about, maybe what Jon Jones is going to do. One last thing, time frame. When do you think we will see him fight next? Is it going to happen later in 2024?
I mean, he got injured, so the pack here in his chest. I don't know, man. I know he's around doing some travel around. I don't think he'll fight 2024. To be honest with you.
No, that's too bad. All right. Well, let's transition here back to your title fight. Again, this is for the CES vacant title. Yorgan, what would that mean to you to get this title, to have this displayed at your gym or at your house, wherever you may put it? I mean, you've already accomplished so much in your career, but at this stage in your mid 30s to win this belt, like how important would that be for you?
To be honest with you, I tell people all the time, fighters fight for different reasons, right? I fight to make money and to feed my family. So the title doesn't mean nothing to me if I'm going to make just a little bit of money. I want to win. My goal is to win fights so I can get to the next level. So with title or no title, if I get a great fight, great performance, I will be right back to the big league. So that's what it means to me. I'm more focused on actual win the fight, and the title will come more like as a result of my performance. So I don't really, like I say, I don't really care.
Okay. Well, we've already talked about your opponent, Kevin Sears, a little bit. He has been in there with some tough competition, though. You know, he's been in there with guys like Parker Porter, Greg Rebello. So he shared the cage with some high level opposition. What do you think we're going to see here when you analyze this fight from a stylistic standpoint? How's this going to play out?
Yeah, he fought some good guys, and he just fought another kid that was in contender series, Greg Velasco. He went 4 rounds with him. So I tell people all the time. I mean, I thought by watching the video that he's gonna be a hard fight, someone hard to. He's not gonna come to lose. He's gonna come to win. He come to fight. And I talked with Greg Rubello. Greg said that he had 2 rounds with him. He beat him up, but he couldn't finish him. He had to take him down and submit him. Greg said he's he's a heavy hand. He will throw, and he definitely come to fight. But I do think I'm better than him everywhere. So I've been there with I have 15 pro fights. I only fought local 4 times. So it's been done in a high level. So I don't think nothing is gonna bring it to me and never see it. If I'm gonna show up ready, I want to show up in the best shape of my life, and I know if I show up ready, that I'm gonna make it look easy.
I'm not sure if you're going to be able to place it. Well, you won't, but if the MMA fans out there will be able to place any bets at Foxwoods for this fight, I've never been, so this will be new to me. But hypothetically speaking, if they could, what's your official prediction? What do you think we're going to see as far as an outcome goes?
I want to finish like between second and third round with a leg kicks. I'm gonna kick him a lot. I'm already gonna say because there's nothing he can do to stop it. I know he never get kicked. I know he's exactly what he's gonna do, but he's not gonna be able to implement his game plan on me. So I'm gonna pick him apart and I'm gonna kick him a lot.
Can't wait to watch, man. I also really get into fighters walkout songs. So can you let me know like what are you going to walk out to for this fight?
So I had a rapper. His name is Exit Fame. Made a song specific for me. So he do some research on me. He hanging out with me for a couple of days, and he made a song for me called Lessons. So that he gonna be performance while I'm walking. So that's my song. That's my walkout song.
Very cool. Okay. Wait, can you compare him to someone? Is his rap style similar to any like, one that we would know like a Drake or someone like that?
Like DMX.
Ooh, I like DMX.
He is good. I'm telling you. I tell people he's good. He's good. I can send it to you. He's really good.
Yeah,
The guy
okay.
is good.
Please
Yeah.
do. I'm looking forward to it, my man. Well, Jorgen, it's always good talking to you. Again, May the 3rd, the vacant CES heavyweight title. Yorgan De Castro meets Kevin Sears. Can't wait to be there. But as always, I love talking to you. Before we do sign off, I want to give you the floor. If there's anything you want to plug, anyone you want to thank, sponsors, the floor is yours.
Oh, I'm just gonna say thank you to everybody, everyone involved with this, all my fans, all my friends. I take you guys as a friends to support because I know without you guys we wouldn't be doing this. So thank you all of you guys. Thank you my sponsors and everybody will be with me since day one. So we just getting started. Let's go.